everyone, this is going to be the third video for our detail paper drawing that we've been working on. You'll notice that I've put in this title block here. This will give you, so you don't have to create your own title block, but something to just take note of, it has a title here where it says what the drawing is, then it shows the scale. In this circle we're going to put a number, so if you're printing out a bunch of different details for one project, then you'll just number the drawings 1, 2, 3, 4, and so forth. And so, but this one we'll just end up putting 1 in there for now. And then something else you'll notice is that in this example, our text is all aligned, and we're going to use this title block with this line here to help with that. And we can stretch the title block back and forth to get this line to be where we want so that our text can snap to it. We can pull this back too. And something else to keep in mind is that the title here prints out, but that square with the guide does not print out. So you can move this however you would like and it won't show when we print it out. So that's just what this title block is. Oops. And then from there, we're just going to annotate this drawing and show its dimensions, and then with the add in leaders that show the material, and then just put in these notes here. So we're going to use the dimension command, the leader command, and then the just annotation for this. So first let's pull in our materials class style. You'll remember you saved the materials class plot style from our annotation tutorial videos, so you'll want to click File, Open, and then wherever you saved that materials class style, it should be saved in the plot style folder. So just open that up, and then you'll have to copy, select both of these, and then click Ctrl+C, and then go back into this paper drawing. Click anywhere and then Ctrl+V. And then from there, click on this annotation drop-down menu, and now you can select materials class style for this one here, which is dimension, and this one here, which is leader. So from there we can just delete these two because we won't need them for this drawing, and then you can close out the materials class style drawing, and it'll ask if you want to save it. Click no, because we want it to stay how it is. Something you'll notice about AutoCAD is that when you zoom in and zoom out, it will want to save that, and so if you don't think you did anything to change a drawing, that may be why it's asking if you want to save changes. So what we're going to do first is the dimensions. So we'll click here, and the first one, we're saying that this is a foot. And then next we're just saying that these are 4 inches. And what we're going to want to do is create a polyline that's 4 inches because I erased my guides here. Oops. It's direction first, then type the length that you want, enter. And I'm just going to move this so I can find where it's actually 4 inches. Seems like it's about here. So I think in the example, yeah, it wants me to show 4 inches here and there. So there's one 4-inch line, and then I'll draw another one. 4, enter. And then enter again. And then select this, type M, enter to move. Click it. And then just find where exactly you made the 4-inch distance. So mine looks to be about here, so I can move it a bit. I think that's where it was. Okay, so then we're going to click on the dimension command, and then you'll click on an endpoint, and then find where it's 4 inches. There. And then click the spacebar to repeat that command. And then from here to about here is 4 inches. And there we go. And then we can delete the guides again. Sorry, I should have told you guys to save them in the last drawing. So there's that. And then I forgot to do this earlier, but we'll want to create a new layer for our annotations. So write L-annotation. And what we'll do now is click on the annotation we've created. And then click on this, and then change it to the annotation layer. And then click Escape, and then you'll want to select the annotation layer as well. So now everything we're doing is on that annotation layer. Sorry, I should have said that earlier. So these are good, and then we just have 3 more dimensions to make. Actually, this dimension isn't shown, so we'll do this 2 3/4 and then the 6 inch. And then click the space bar. And I might just show that this is 1 inch long just to have it. Oops. And then I'll align this once. You'll want to make sure that all of these are perfectly lined up. So the way that we do that is just by stretching them to meet each other. Click Escape. I know it looks kind of messy at first, but just click here and then have it line up with the next one. And I'm going to turn off nearest. I think that that's what's giving me trouble. Yeah, I think I'm going to actually, sorry, I'll get rid of that dimension there since it's not shown in the example. I think if we just show the dimensions for these two, and what I'm actually going to do is just create a line that I want these to line up to. That way I know for sure that they're lined up with each other. And I'm just doing this by clicking on this little square here and pulling it down. Then click Escape, and then I'll just delete this line. Okay, so now that we have all of our dimensions, we're going to move on to the leaders. So it'll ask where we want the first one to be. We'll do this one here. It says material varies, see plants. So, sorry about that. We'll go to drawing, zoom in by scrolling up, click inside here, and then I'm going to just double check, yeah. So click again, oops, sorry, it's loading. Click again somewhere up here, and we can always adjust these. And then from there it'll let us type, so I'll say material varies, oops. And I'm gonna make sure, yeah, they didn't, did they capitalize? Okay, it's all caps lock, sorry about that. So what you'll do is type material varies, see plans in caps. Oops. And then from there, we're going to move this to snap here. So that's the first one, just click enter when you're done. And then what I usually do is just copy and paste. You can either do a brand new layer or copy and paste this and just change the text. I'm going to do a brand new leader. Sorry, not layer, leader. So we'll just do this next one here, 4 inch by 12 inch flush precast concrete edging. Okay, so click on leader. Flush. And just for your information, when it says TYP period, that usually means typically. So the standard length is typically 6 feet. Right? Then just click elsewhere when you're done typing, and then select the arrow, and we'll move it so that it snaps next to that first one. And I'm actually going to move this up a little bit so I have more room, and then click enter. There's that, the first and the second one, and now we're going to say, I'll just go down this line. So concrete unit pavers for this next one. Click on leader, select one of these pavers, and then just type. And I always like to just check the example and see where they hit return so that it all fits well, but you can definitely make the text wider or shorter based on where you click on return. And so this next one is concrete unit pavers. Click enter, or sorry, just click elsewhere when you're done, and then click on the text one more time, and then this little arrow, and snap it to here. And then the next one is coarse sand setting bed. Click on leader. Click something else. And snap this so that the arrow touches here. Oops. There we go. And then click escape. And the next one is compacted aggregate base, and you'll notice that the arrows are just in the surface. It's not on the line, it's just within the hatch. So that's just something to keep in mind. So compacted aggregate base for the next one. And then just click elsewhere and snap the text so that it's all lined up. And one last time, or we have two more, I guess, undisturbed or compacted subgrade for this one. Did they? Yeah, after or they hit return, so I'll just copy that. And then snap it to this line. And then we have one more leader, and this one doesn't have to align with the rest because it's sort of on its own. Last one here is just saying cast in place concrete bedding. Let's click on later, click somewhere in here. And then just click elsewhere, and then that's ready. And I think I want this line to be just a little bit longer. Match the others. And I also want this angle to be just a little bit less steep. Alright, so then now I have all my annotations, and the last thing that I'll want to do is just add in these notes. The way that we'll do that is by clicking on the text box, and it says specify first corner and then second, and we can adjust this as needed, but I'll just put it there. And I'm going to click escape actually. I'm going to check what I made the text height here in properties. 1.5 inch, so I'll do that for the text box. And I'm just going to actually create it over here. So text height 1.5, enter, and it says notes. Oops, I think that it's still in all caps. Yes. Is this okay? Yeah, so this is the same size. Sorry. Enter. And then we're going to add in some bullets. Precast curb shall be radial or straight as shown on plans. And then the next one, CAD files will be made available to Precaster. And then for the last one, see details 5 and 6. On L11.02. For typical paver layout. Alright, so as you can see, it's just a lot of back and forth, and then I'm going to make this just a little bit shorter. And then I'll type M, enter, and I'll just move this to be under here, a little bit of space, and then I'm going to move the title block. Alright, and then you can just adjust until things look how you want them to. I might move this down just a little bit lower to give a bit more spacing between the notes. And then I think the last thing I'm going to do is just click the text box one last time and then put in the number 1 here. And same thing, change the height to be 1.5 inch and type 1, enter. Or just click elsewhere. And actually, I'm going to make this text a little bit larger than that because that looks way too small. So just highlight it. And let's tell we want it to be 2 inches. Let's see if that looks maybe even 3. There we go, perfect. I think that 3 inches looks good. You can make it even bigger. And just here. And what I'm actually going to do is find the center of this circle. And then move the one so that it snaps. What I don't like about text is that they don't have a midpoint like objects, so it's a little bit harder to get it perfectly even, but just as best as you can get it centered in that circle. And now we're done, so just make sure that you're saving. I'll save this one last time. And in the next video, I'm going to show you guys how to plot. So we're done with the first drawing, and now we just need to plot it out. Thanks for watching.